Andres from AA Sports. The San Jose Sharks played their final game of the season yesterday on Wednesday. I was at the game, and now I am making this video the following day after being at the Shark Tank last night for the final time until next fall. In terms of the fan experience, it was a really great night. As you see here, I was once again lucky to get a puck, and yeah, pretty clean. Definitely one that I'll add to the collection. Entering the arena, they gave fans player cards with random mixes of cards with Sharks players. I was very lucky to get one that had a Macklin Celebrini rookie card, and then as well as some more autographs on my team signed jersey as well, and Eklund signed the card I got of him as well. So that was pretty awesome. Even Ryan Warsofsky took the time to give some autographs after the game, which he rarely does. So from that aspect, Wednesday night was practically the best fan experience for the last. And I do want to thank the players and coach for taking that extra time to do that with fans and just being so great with the fans that attend the Shark Tank every game. However, in terms of the Sharks' results on the ice for this last game of the year, this felt abysmal, given they were going against an Oilers B team. The Oilers were resting many players, and even some of their A-team players who were playing in this game, like Connor McDavid, were given less playing time in preparation for the playoffs. Even then, the Sharks still lost 3-0. Yeah, goals from Ty Emberson, Max Jones, and Corey Perry gave the Oilers the win. With that, it's another loss to end the year, and the Sharks end the year on an 11-game losing streak, and another loss to a Canadian team, as they have struggled, really struggled this year to get good results against teams from Canada. 19 losses and only 2 wins versus Canadian teams, with both wins coming against the Toronto Maple Leafs. Final score, the Sharks lose 3-0 in their final game of the year versus the Edmonton Oilers. Here are the Sharks' performance grades for this last game. Offensive front, C-. They were able to push up into the attacking zone, but once in the attacking zone, their puck play and passing was atrocious. There were many passes to the center in front of the net that went sliding right by. Fans in the arena next to me were like, how was nobody there for that? So just not ideal there. They just couldn't really create or work together on those close chances. At least Macklin Celebrini, to his credit, was able to fall back, and I thought he played well in terms of helping the defense out. The same could be said for a couple of moments with other players on the offensive lines. But in the attacking zone, there really was not a lot there. So C- grade. Defensemen, C-. There were no goals conceded on any power plays. That's good, given they have really struggled throughout the season in killing penalties. But there were still some ugly turnovers in their own zone that led to some very dangerous chances. There were also a couple times outside of Connor McDavid where the defenseman just got absolutely destroyed by a single player skating across the blue line. Again, that is not good, given this is an Oilers B team. Most of these players were not part of the A team that we will see in the round of 16 for the Oilers against the Kings. Enforcers, C. There were no fights in this game, so nothing to grade there. In terms of performance, average describes it best. Ty Dellandrea had an unnecessary penalty, but fortunately it was not costly and it did not result in a goal conceded. They went through the motions on the ice. They were not liabilities to the team, but at the same time, they didn't make a significant positive impact. Goalkeeper, D. Alexander Georgiev was the starting goalkeeper in what will surely be his last game with the Sharks. At least he didn't forgive to end the year. But even though he made 25 saves and had a save percentage of 92.6%, it was still a bad game for Georgiev. Remember, these numbers are a bit inflated because this was against the Oilers' B team. That first goal was embarrassing. Absolutely embarrassing. He could have and should have looked to his right where the puck was going, and instead he looked left into the traffic in front of him. I don't know what was he doing there? What was he thinking? Trying to get a better view to stare at their butts? I don't know. An awful mistake by Georgiev, and honestly a very fitting ending to his time in San Jose, and maybe his career in the NHL. Glad he will not be returning to the Sharks. He's just not been the right fit, not been the right goalkeeper for them. And with how bad the year has been for Alexander Georgiev, I mean, seriously, we might not see him in the NHL next year. We'll find out. Head coach, D. Ryan Warsofsky had an opportunity to build for next year, but instead put Georgiev in instead of Georgi Romanov. Oops. Puck play and passing, which he has said the team has been working on since mid-season, also still seems to be a problem going into next year. And once again, he still can't get his team to win versus Canadian teams. Under his rookie year, he and the team have been allergic to Canadian teams. David Quinn has a better record than him versus Canadian teams. Yeah, David Quinn last year, when outside of Eklund absolutely nothing was going right for the Sharks, still somehow has a better record against Canadian teams than Ryan Warsofsky this year. Yeah, that's pretty bad. Well, granted, this was his rookie year as head coach. Warsaw has to get his act together next year, because with 3 Canadian teams in the Pacific Division, the same division that the Sharks are in, this is just not sustainable. If he can't get at least 4 wins against Canadian teams next year, not just the Maple Leafs as well, I think the Sharks have to really sit down and consider if he is really the right coach in the long term. To his credit, Warsofsky is great with fans. I know from personal experience, I've seen how he can be great with young fans, such as children who go to the games. He even took the time at the end of this game to sign jerseys and give autographs. I got his autograph on the jersey at the bottom as well. He's great with fans. He's a nice guy, but at some point, the results with the team have to be better. So next year, in what will be his second chance, with hopefully some better defensemen, it has to be taken very serious. Because another year like this, after already being a bottom 5 NHL team for the last 3 years, this will likely not be tolerated again. General Manager. This is a special grading category for this game, and I'll try to do something maybe for a season's grade video as well. General Manager, B-. Mike Greer, when he took the general manager job, came in with the idea to completely reconstruct the team. While it wasn't easy for fans to watch, it was 100% the correct decision. However, some of the trades have not aged well, such as the Fabian Zetterlund trade, and he traded almost everyone over the age of 25 at the trade deadline. This did guarantee a tank and the Sharks the best chances to get the first overall pick, but at some point you need to keep quality players and have a team good enough to get some sort of positive results to have something to build up on into entering next year. And I don't think that has happened with this losing streak at the end of the year. The tearing down process, it's officially over. Everyone that I think needed to be traded, they've been traded. The teardown process is over. And you have a good core and two good goalies for the future in Yaroslav Askarov and Georgy Romanov. It's time to build the defense and the rest of the team, those parts that still need to be built up around this core. It's time to build that up. We cannot tank again next year after already tanking for 3 straight years. The Sharks are not the Buffalo Sabres. Look for him to try and sign some quality defensemen that can be part of the team's future, and for next year to be a must-improve year. If they finish bottom 5 in the league again next year, I do think it's because something has gone wrong in the rebuild process, and it could put Greer on the hot seat. Look for him to make some big offseason moves with the high amount of salary cap space that the Sharks will have, and to maybe not make the playoffs, but at least not be dead last in the Pacific next year. Final score, the San Jose Sharks lose 3-0 in their final game of the year. As for the overall grade as a complete team, I say it's a disappointing C-. They ended the year on a losing streak, and they still struggle badly versus Canadian teams, even when it's a B team like this Edmonton Oilers B team that's resting to get ready for the playoffs. And when you think about that, I mean, just like, really? Like, really? This is how we bid farewell and happy retirement to Logan Couture? Ooh. Yeah, look for the team to try and change that next year where they plan to be and hopefully are more competitive. Andres from AA Sports. Leave your opinions and grades in the comments. That's all for me in this video. Thanks so much for tuning into and following my hockey content for the Sharks throughout the year. I was even given some praise for my hockey content by some young fans at the game who actually recognized me. That was the first time that's happened, so that really means a lot to me. Thank you all so much for watching. Leave a like and subscribe to support this sports passion project. More content is to come on my channel. It was a tough Shark season, but at least they were more competitive and had some better results, at least in terms of last year. They had a couple more wins, a few more points in the standings compared to last year. It wasn't a great season. It was still tough, still rebuilding, but still fun in many ways, as you can see. And I am looking forward to next year. So thank you all so much, and go Sharks.